Hello, hello. It is the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger, and I'm trying something a little bit different. I wanted to put my music on here because you know what? It is better when you have music, right? You always feel better when you have music. So I'm going to just turn down the volume here so that you can hear me because today we're going to be talking about SEO and podcasting. I am your host, the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger, and I tried to go live this morning on Yard Stream, and it was just, oh my God, it just got so messed up. So I'm going to record this, and I'm going to save this, and you know what? Hey, we just got to do what we got to do. I'm going to head out to the post office to mail my books. You know, my basic blogging tips for beginners is still available, as well as podcasting your purpose. This book bundle is only $26. So today we are talking about SEO and podcasting. So let me turn off the music so that we can get started. Again, it is the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger. I'm here to talk to you about SEO and podcasting. Now, as a blogger, SEO has always been first and foremost in front of us because we want to know how people are connecting with us. We want to be able to put ourselves out there because there are 600 million blogs out there. And so, you know, the way that you're found is so important. So when we're talking about blogging, it's similar to podcasting. And I'm going to actually marry those two together today. When you are creating the title for your podcast, you should be using keywords that is going to show up in a Google search. When people go to Google, which is now a noun and a verb, you need to show up. And speaking of Google, have you Googled yourself lately? Now that we're online regularly, not only us, but the kids, the digital footprint is expanding, and you need to know not only what you're putting out there, but what other people are putting out there as well. People are tagging you. I've had a friend who told me that her identity was stolen or a new account was created in her name. So be very, very careful about what you're doing online now that we are home and online doing everything from shopping to working, studying, all that. So make sure that you are keeping an eye on your digital footprint by Googling yourself. So again, when people go to Google, they're looking for something. They're asking for a question. For example, how to boil an egg. So if someone Googles how to boil an egg, there's going to be a lot of blog posts that show up. There's going to be recipes. There's going to be videos. There's going to be all kinds of content that has the word eggs in it. Easter eggs, you know, boiled eggs, deviled eggs, things like that. So again, how do you want to appear when people are looking for your podcast? Again, podcasting is increasing. People are searching. People are creating, sharing podcasts. So you want to make sure that your title or your description contains the keywords that's going to make you found in the Google search engine. And again, when people are searching for those keywords, and I have a whole list of keywords here when it comes to podcasts that I can get to you, but when people are searching, you want to make sure that if it's not in the title, it's in your description or in your show notes. And what I'm going to suggest is if you have a podcast that you create a blog or a website that becomes your portal, becomes the home, becomes the foundation of your podcast. Why? Because that is how you're going to be found years and years from now. When you create a podcast and you create show notes and you add that to your blog, when people do a Google search, 9 times out of 10, you're going to show up in that Google search. Not only will your podcast show up, but also your blog will show up as well. Because now, you know, we have the apps on our phone. We can just ask our artificial intelligence device to pull up a particular podcast. So you want to make sure that you have those keywords in your description or in your title so that people can find it, because the Google bots will be going through. Again, search engine optimization is how you are found online, and Google wants to make sure that the experience is one that's good for the person that's searching, and they want to be able to promote the products and or services, post podcasts that people are sharing, liking, and spending time on. And a way to do that is to make sure that not only is your podcast there, but your blog is there, making it shareable. Remember, use those free platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever it is, to promote your podcast, to promote your blog. Because if you're being shared by others, remember, content is king, but you want your readers and your listeners to wear the crown. So if they are sharing it with other, Google thinks it's worth it, and then they'll push you up in those search engines, okay? Because they're looking for it. So if, say you have a podcast and the title is really not in line with what your episodes are about, make sure that those keywords are in your show description, and do not keyword stuff, like overstuff those keywords. So for example, I was saying about how to boil an egg. So when someone's doing that, don't clickbait or try to stuff it. We're saying, okay, how to boil an egg using duck eggs, not chicken eggs, brown eggs versus white eggs. All that should not be like in your description, because Google doesn't like that, and people don't like that either, because people don't want to read crap. They want to read good content, and that's how you're also going to rise up in the search engine when people are looking for your podcast. And why I say is to create a blog is because, again, it becomes your portal. Not everyone has time to listen to your podcast, or if you have more information to share with your listeners, that can be done in a blog. So again, if you are interested in learning more about blogging, Basic Blogging Tips for Beginners is still available. You can go to my website, dellblogger.com, or you can order it from me by sending me an email at info@ablakeenterprises.com, and I will get that out to you, as well as if you're interested in the Podcasting Your Purpose workbook. Again, 42 pages of content, and we cover everything from what is a podcast to why start a podcast, the power of podcasting, planning a podcast, podcasting like a pro. Are you going to use just your smartphone? Remember, I said if you're an Anchor FM, hold your phone to your mouth this way. Or if you're going to use an external mic, whether it's a Yeti mic or this condenser mic, with the popper, this plugs right into your phone. There's other things that you can use to make your podcast sound better. Podcasting promotion using social media, SEO, search engine optimization, to help you be found. Podcasting profit when you're ready to monetize your blog, sponsorships, podcast hosting plans. I am with Elite Conversations Radio and Podcast every Wednesday at 1:00. Blog your way to a business brand is my podcast, where I give you blogging tips and branding trends to help you turn your passion into a profit every Wednesday at 1:00. And then also on Anchor FM, I provide you with additional podcasting pointers in addition to this YouTube channel. So this is a 42-page workbook, and it comes along with an option to get a free 30-minute, or I should say a complimentary 30-minute discovery call, or you can do the full 60-minute heads down, nitty gritty mini coaching session for $77. And again, I'm going to head out shortly to the post office and get these out. I'm going to put my mask on, because in Delaware we have to wear a mask. I'm going to put my mask on and get to the post office and get those out. So the bottom line is, you want to be found online. Search engine optimization. If you have a blog, there are plugins like Yoast plugin that will help you determine if your keywords are in your description correctly, your meta titles. Also, images. When you're writing a blog post, you can have about 300 words, but break it up with images and make sure the picture contains the text. What is the picture about? Because Google doesn't read pictures, it reads text. So you make sure that if you have a picture, it's cover art, whatever, let people know that that's cover art of your podcast. So again, Google bots are reading that, they're pushing you up. Detailed show notes. Give more information about what people can find in your podcast, other episodes, anything that you may be promoting or selling. That's another great reason why you should have a blog, to expand on your podcast platform. Social shares. Again, make sure you're sharing your podcast, the link to your podcast, as well as the link to your blog online using all your social media shares. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Again, the more you share, the more people care, the more people like, more people trust you. Again, that is going to increase. I do this. This is a Google box, www. Remember, World Wide Web. You want to be found. And make sure if you have guests that they are sharing on their social, ask them, get their social media platforms, their social media links, and make sure that they're sharing and you're sharing their stuff as well. So, power of podcasting. You got to do it. Politicians, lawyers, teachers, preachers. Today on my newsletter, if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, I talked about podcasting, who's doing podcasting and why podcasting is becoming so powerful, how it's keeping us together, whether you're a business owner, a teacher, a family member, an author, a preacher, a politician. I said that already, right? A realtor, whatever the case may be. This is a great time in which to start a podcast. Create the foundation of that blog so that you can promote yourself. If you have a book, you can promote your book on your podcast, whatever the case may be. And speaking of education, I actually signed up for one of the free Harvard classes on education and family. So I'm really looking forward to starting that. So head over to dellblogger.com where you can read more about my posts as well as order your book or just send me an email. I'll leave the link to my email. And if you have any questions, please, 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 please make sure you leave a comment in this video. Thumbs up, share it, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my blog, subscribe to the newsletter. And remember, stay smart, stay safe, and stay social at a distance because I will see you in cyberspace. See ya. It's the DE Diva, aka the Delaware Blogger, and I'm going to give you my music back. This is my theme. Oops, I just messed up there. I'm trying, it's so funny. You get so much going on here, but I wanted to get that music back for you. But until then, I'm just going to let you go. Where's my music? Music, 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 because you don't want to hear me sing. It's out there someplace. Oh, well, I'll find it later. But until the next time, have a good day. Bye. Don't forget, every Wednesday, blog your way to a business profit on Blog Talk Radio, and find and follow me on all my social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I'm going to leave the link to my website, dellblogger.com, and until the next time, see ya.